Hey guys, I'm going to show you how I etch my knives using a 9-volt battery and a vinyl stencil. To complete this project, you're going to need some alcohol, some alligator clips as leads, 9-volt battery, some Q-tips, a piece of transfer tape, the stencil itself, a pick to weed out your stencil, and then some sort of rag to spread the alcohol. So in this process, you're using the vinyl as a resist to the etchant. So you want to weed out the negative image. And on this one, this is the logo that I've come up with for myself. It's FE, then R and O. So I want to take out the FE, R, and O so that the remaining vinyl will act as the resist. To do that, it's generally easier to do on the actual roll than on this tiny little section of vinyl. But I take the pick and gently stick it in and try and pick up the vinyl itself. Now if you've cut it right, just your section should come out nice and easy. I'm trying to get in between here. And you can see how that section is now just trash. You can throw it somewhere else. And you continue with all the stuff that you want to be shown on the actual blade itself. Being careful not to stretch or ruin any section of vinyl. So I'm going to continue this until the entire design is weeded out. After you finish weeding out your stamp, the next step is to make sure that the area you're going to etch onto is completely clean. That's what I like to use, this alcohol and a paper towel. Get a little alcohol on there and make sure this area is completely wiped down and clean before you etch. And we're going to let that dry completely. Now that our surface is all prepped, it's time to pull out our section of transfer tape. We're going to peel off the backing, exposing the sticky layer. And we're going to make sure that we don't have too many air bubbles, but on this section it's not completely important. We're going to put it over our section of stencil-y stamp here, like so. And once your stamp is on the transfer tape, we can remove the backing of our stencil. It's important when you do this to make sure that all your section of stencil stay in the same exact place. And for me, that's going to be this little tiny section for the R and even tinier section for my E. I'm going to peel off the backing here. Make sure it stays nice. We got a nice clean release there. Now is when we place this stencil onto our blade. Make sure it's lined up nice, because once it sticks, you really only get one shot with this. Yeah, that was not perfect, but it's gonna be just fine for this knife, especially because I'm keeping this one. And now is when you want to make sure that there are absolutely zero air bubbles. So you're going to push really hard on this stamp. Make sure it is adhering to the blade. And once you feel that you have completed that, you're going to remove the transfer tape. And when you do this, again, you've got to make sure that the sections, every little piece of your stamp stays on the blade. So peel it off slowly. Sometimes it helps to get your pick in there. If something's not staying down, like as you peel away, you can take your pick. But this is good transfer tape, and it's the perfect vinyl for this job. So everything stayed, and we're ready to tape off and etch. Two items that I forgot in the beginning. You're going to need some salt water, and this is about a half teaspoon of salt to a tablespoon of water, and I find that ratio works really well for me. And then cheap insurance is to tape off your work spot, and I just like to use electrical tape for this. It peels off really nice. Now that my piece is taped up, I can hook up my leads to the 9-volt battery. I'm going to take the positive lead and attach it to a metal section on the blade. And with the negative lead, I'm going to use a Q-tip dipped in our brine. Make sure you don't want too much excess off, because anything runs off It can get into a place you don't want it to be. You don't need this to be soaking. And then you take your lead. You definitely, on something like that's not metallic, you're going to want to put down as low as possible. Create as little resistance as you can. And now you're ready to start etching, and it's as simple as dabbing it onto the exposed metal in your stencil. And you can see already it's turning black. See if I can get it closer, as close as my little 9 volt's going to let me. That section is already turning black, and actually if you listen closely you can hear it sizzle as the electrolysis does its thing. And you just run this over a few times. Nothing crazy. The longer you hold it, of course, the deeper the etch will go. You're going to make sure you get even coverage across the entirety of your stamp. Let's set this back down. And keep going here. I generally like to use one Q-tip. Once the end of this one turns black, I'll flip it over, do the other side, and then I usually call it a day and remove the stencil. So I'm going to keep going with this. It usually takes me about a minute or two. It really doesn't take too long. So once my Q-tip is black, I'll move along to the other side. One thing I found on the small sections of stencil, like the little tiny omega in there, little E, that piece of stencil is incredibly tiny. And so if you switch it around on that section, it's going to just take off that part of the stencil, which it doesn't look horrible, but it's definitely not the look that I'm going for. And so I am very careful not to brush too hard. You really don't need to like scrub this in or anything. Alright, so now that's black. I'm going to flip this over, do the same thing on the other side of the Q-tip, and then we can remove the stencil. So I have black in both ends of my Q-tip. I'm ready to remove the stencil. And one thing to note that I've only ever done this onto high carbon steel, and so I know that the 9-volt battery works great for that application. I do not know if this is going to work for a stainless steel. Definitely something to try in the future. I don't have any of my knives. I don't make knives in stainless steel, so it'd be weird to put my logo onto a knife I didn't make. But I might try and etch something else that's fun into a stainless steel of mine. And sometimes a pick will come in handy when you're removing this stencil. Definitely trying not to scratch up the knife with the metal pick here. I've got a good section of it off. You can just peel away. Alright. And always the edge is nice and beautiful and black when you first peel off your stencil. However, when you come back and clean it up, it doesn't always stay black, but it should stay nice and etched in there. In fact, this one actually blackened up real nice. And unfortunately, I had a little bit of bleeding over in my super tiny omega. I actually saw the piece come up when I released my Q-tip from it. But if you scratch in there, your fingernail definitely catches the ledge. It's etched in there. That's not going anywhere. And I think it looks really nice, super simple and easy to do. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. This is a really easy way of getting your logo into here. I should have done this years ago. If you are interested in getting a roll of vinyl, please email me and I can get your logo cut out. My printer can handle, I think it's 8 by 11 sheets, and if I'm doing 1/2 inch Logos like this, you can get well over 150 on each sheet. Again, thanks for watching, guys. Take care.